This channel is supported by viewers like you. Thank you, Silly Goose Lane.
It just really hurts. It just really, really hurts. Hey, can I show you guys my trinkets? Look at her. She's gorgeous and she knows it.
Was loosed upon us, desolate and dust dry.
If I could scream at the top of my lungs bloody murder and my neighbors wouldn't get mad at me, that's what I would be doing right now. Oh my god. There comes a time in every fantasy and romantasy reader's TBR where all of the books that you want to read are 700 pages or longer.
I just got 3 things to say.
And that is where we are in my TBR. Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. This is a reread in preparation for the new book. Said new book, Empire of the Dawn. And we have the longest of the 3 at 924 pages, Cursed Fates by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti.
God bless our troops. God bless America.
Will we be able to read 2,400 pages in this reading vlog?
And gentlemen, start your engine!
I need to shame myself publicly because I haven't read as much of this as I was hoping to. Given we started this vlog yesterday, but last night I scrolled on TikTok for way too long and then watched YouTube. We're gonna go get our nails done. I'm bringing my headphones to hopefully listen to the audiobook for this. And then afterwards, we're gonna go to one of my favorite local thrift stores. Honestly, I need to finish this book before Tuesday because we're starting book 3 on Tuesday. Hey, can I show you guys my trinkets? How cute is that? Like, actually shut up, to hang your keys on. Look at her. She's gorgeous and she knows it. I got this because it kind of looked medieval and it's cute. Imagine I drop it. Look at her. And then the other side, look at her.
Why'd you drop it? Where'd you go? Get her, I'm gonna get it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hello, good morning. We have reading updates. I think I had said we were getting to page 500 a couple days ago in Empire of the Damned, and we did not accomplish that goal, but we are on page, hold on, I'm a liar. We're actually on page 460. So we don't have much to go. We are well past the halfway point. When I reread the first book, it was my second reread. So I've read the first book 3 times and I found myself fading in and out because I'm just so familiar with that first story. It's my second time reading this and I'm feeling all of the same feelings that I felt when I read it the first time. Like, I'm on this roller coaster of emotions. It's so devastating. Gabe has so much character development in this one. I feel like in the first book when we meet him, he's like stuck in his grief. He's resistant to change. He hates his life now. In this one, he's starting to gain some hope, but oh my gosh, are they going through it. Like, I don't know why he's more hopeful in this one, because where this one leaves off, you are just such an absolute wreck. I'm still a wreck, and I read this when it first came out. I'm so excited for Tuesday. Today is Sunday. I'm sorry I didn't really check in with you at all yesterday. Ross and I just had a running around type of day. We went for a 6-mile hike in the morning, which was so nice. We hadn't gone hiking in forever, and the weather is so beautiful right now. It's like 80s, and for Arizona, that's fall. And then we went to the driving range later that night. Ross went to the driving range, and I brought my Kindle, which I think I included some clips, and we started Cursed Fates. I only got like 50 pages, 60 pages in. We're on chapter 4. This reads so fast, but I am so stressed with this. I'm so angry at Tori. I don't think I could be any angrier if I tried. Isn't that cleaning game the coolest? It's you're supposed to roll a d20 and it will assign you what your chore is for the day, or you can roll multiple times if you would like to. And then you mark the little bubbles and you like slay the dragon. So each cleaning task that you get is worth a different amount of slaying the dragon damage. And then at the end you slay the dragon. I am 3 spots away from slaying the dragon. I have never wanted to do chores more. Anyways, we have a, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize this. We have a Fairy Loot box to open up. This is the romantasy box. This one's for October, and you're gonna be seeing this in November, so it shouldn't be a spoiler. This book I'm really nervous about, to be honest. I do like the author. The theme is the Tithe of Desire. It does look really, really pretty though, so there is that. Oh, the aesthetic is stunning. Hello? Oh, I love the spine. Ooh, these are like glossy feeling. Oh my gosh, they went crazy with this. Oh my gosh. A Gothic manor. I don't know how I feel about the end pages, but I love everything else. Gorgeous. I'm actually really happy about this alternative cover because I hated this one. The just like normal cover was not it for me. The plum was making me feel not great. I always thought that S.T. Gibson was like horror, but I guess A Dowry of Blood was a combination of things, but it definitely wasn't a romantasy. So I think that this is S.T. Gibson's first romantasy. It's called Savage Blooms.
The reek of decay stained every breath. Strange shadows creeping through clawed
Furious mares are growing toward Kiara. None of your dogs have the balls to tell you this. But do you have any other? I don't remember meeting you the first time. The Kingdom Ewok, said they on Gabriel's eyes roamed.
We have a reading update. I'm also getting ready to film my November TBR right now, so don't mind. I don't know what's happening with my hair. Can we just... Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking obsessed. Like, these audiobooks are so good, but I really feel like if you don't have the physical book, you're missing out. It just brings forth this vision of like his brain. Like when he was writing a scene, he's usually so descriptive and detailed and laying it all out that the pictures match what I see in my head when I'm reading perfectly. I can also really appreciate an author who has such a strong aesthetic for a book or a series. Like, it's so clear that J. Kristoff had such a like metal but like evil and dark and gothic vision. Like, I could just picture his vision board if he made one for these books, because like they're all dressed in like leathers. Some of them have like collars, or they're like Victorian and they're very elegant with like long ass nails, like long pointy stiletto nails. It's just so clear his imagery and like vibes for these books. We're on the final book in this book, final section, I guess is the better way to put it. The final 100 pages of this are the final battle. It's so stressful. It's so stressful. We will be finishing her in time for tomorrow, which I'm so excited. And then I actually think we will have some time to read this before we go to sleep, as long as I don't get sucked into a TikTok hole tonight, which has been happening to me before bed. But I'm going to put my phone across the room for me, plugged into the charger, because I do have to wake up early tomorrow for our Twitch stream. And I'm hoping that we can just read. We actually got to page 111, like 112 yesterday, which seems like literally nothing. This is reading so fast, which they all have, to be quite honest, but I have not been vibing with the beginning of this book. Where book 4 left off, a lot of our characters were in different places with big things happening. And so the beginning of this book, the first like 100 pages, have all been them coming back together, and then they have to tell all of these individual people the stuff that we as the reader have already experienced. Can we skip over rehashing everything, because we as the reader were there, so we don't need it retold to us, I'm not exaggerating, 3 different times. So now that we're past that, I'm hoping things get better. I have been told that book 5 is a favorite book in the series for a couple people. Excited for that to happen.
The minstrels are bastards that love
Are the names they sang for her, and the heaven's black reply, and that we did not watch her buried, was loosed upon us, desolate and dust dry, her eyes.
orphanites.
Oh my goodness. We just finished her! I remember how much pain I was in upon finishing this on the first read. The ending of this is crazy. My heart fell out of my butt at least 3 times. It's so insane. So insane. Jay Kristoff does not hold any punches. Like, it just really hurts. It just really, really hurts. We finished this just in time for tomorrow. I can't exaggerate enough how excited, but how absolutely terrified. I feel like we're not gonna get a happy ending to this trilogy. I just really feel like Jay is not gonna give that to us. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like a bittersweet, or it's just not gonna be a happy ending. Books 1 and 2, we've been being told what happened in the past. For the most part, you switch between past and present. But now I feel like we're caught up on the story, that I feel like it might all take place in the present. Maybe some of it in the past, but then like most of the book in the present. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so excited. I'm gonna stop rambling now. This was a reading update. We ran to the store and we have her in our hands, and I am so unwell. I haven't started her yet. We're going to start her on sprints, I think, with everybody on public sprints that we're doing on YouTube. I think I would have started her sooner, but today's kind of been a side quest kind of day. We had our stream in the morning. We streamed Animal Crossing. It was very chaotic. It was kind of just like island planning, because the Animal Crossing update news came out, and now I can't deal with it because I'm making a Zelda island, and I was making a Zelda island before the update came out, and then they had Zelda specific news with the update, and I absolutely lost my mind. So that's what we did this morning. And then my phone decided it doesn't want to take a charger anymore that gets like plugged in. So my phone was dead and wasn't charging, and I had to go on a side quest to figure out what was happening. The wireless charging works though, so we had to go get this like wireless power pack. That's been my day so far. I think we have about an hour, a little bit more than an hour before our sprints begin, and I would love to get some movement in for the day before I am sedentary once again, immersing myself in this fantasy world. Okay, I've been trying to find a good place to stop to give you guys an update. We are more than halfway through the book. I didn't mean for this to happen. The chapter I just finished on, I actually don't know how I'm gonna put this book down for the remainder of the day. Like, what do you mean I have to work? What do you mean we're watching Yellowstone together on my Patreon? I have to read. This is my full-time job. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, J. Kristoff, fuck you. But also, I love you, but also, fuck you. Respectfully, most respectfully, but also hatefully. I want to bang this book against my head. If I could scream at the top of my lungs bloody murder and my neighbors wouldn't get mad at me, that's what I would be doing right now. Oh my god. The travel chapters that are basically like the first half of this book, it's just a lot of time with our characters, and then you get to like 40% and everything starts happening and it's so tense, and I stayed up until 1:30 in the morning last night reading because I finally couldn't put it down. I think I was so excited to get to a part that I was finally like so on the edge of my seat. I was laying down in bed, but on the edge of my seat, and I was like, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. And then that continued this morning where I wanted to get to page, I think page 380 was like the actual halfway point, and I was like, okay, I'll get to 380 and then I'll stop and give like an update. And then I just kept reading and I can't believe what we just read. Some of my frustration at the beginning of this book was because there's been so much suspense built up over, like, especially book 2, but like throughout the whole series, there's been so much built up, and we're just waiting to get to what we know is going to be so epic. And it's not to say that there was like any wasted pages in the beginning of this. I think that there was still actually some things that needed to be set up in this. The big question is why Gabe and Celine are where they are when we meet them in book 1. Because like it's that interview style where they're captured by vampires and then they're retelling their whole story of like what got them to that point. And like we know that from page 1, book 1, and we haven't really gotten any explanation for why they are where they are from book 1, book 2. We're getting it all in this one. Like, I like that suspense as the reader. I think it's been a really fun experience throughout the whole series, but now I'm like, I want to get to like the big juicy stuff that we've known has been coming this whole time. And then like for the beginning of this to be so slow, it just felt like, it just felt cruel. I have to keep reading this, so I'm gonna go. This and this are going to make up the remainder of our day. It is 3:30 in the afternoon, butternut squash mac and cheese, and we're gonna finish this today. We finished it. It's 5 stars. I think this is my first series that I've given 5 stars to every single book. I don't think it was perfect. Like, I wouldn't describe the series as perfect, but the way that the series made me feel and how invested I was on every single page just speaks to the absolute mastercraft of J. Kristoff. Like, his writing is so good. His storytelling is so good. I can't think of another book or series. Like, there are great series that I've read. This is not to say that this is the only good series that I've read, but the storytelling in this is one of the best I've ever read. There were hints that you start to pick up on, or at least like my experience, I started to pick up on some hints through like the middle of the story. There's a ton of repetition throughout the whole series, but in this book in particular, there is a ton of repetition that I think could irk some people. It represents so much like symbolism. There were so many repeated phrases, but also repeated tactics, strategies that were deployed. If you think of like war tactics, because at the end of the day, this series is a battle of good and evil in this epic war, and the tried and true strategies always come around again and again. We finished this, we started this book on Tuesday, we finished it on Saturday, today's Saturday, and I could have finished it sooner, but I had to take so many breaks from this book to just like scroll and disassociate. My nervous system was in fight or flight every single time I read this book, like until the very end. And by very end, I mean like the last 40 pages. It was so painful, you guys. If you're looking for a series that is going to destroy you, if you like a character-driven story, this is it. Like, this is the one. My only complaint, and I don't know if it's because this was such a highly anticipated release for me, and the suspense has built so much throughout the entire series of like really long books. There were some lingering questions that we had literally from book one that get answered in this in the last like 100 pages. And so like my only complaint would have been pacing. And it's probably because I'm a very impatient person, and the theme of this series is patience, literally. Like, it's written in the book, it's written in the words, it's a theme throughout the book, and I am not patient. And so by the time I got to this book, there were so many travel scenes, and like this series is quite heavy in traveling across the world, in drawing things out, because I get it, like in terms of storytelling, it makes everything feel that much more epic. It makes it feel that much more realistic. You see how much these characters have put blood, sweat, and tears into their journey to get where they were in the end. So like I understand it, but as a reader who had been dying to know what happens, and like there are moments, there's a couple moments of like really big action. The end of this book is where so much of that action happens. The climax of the plot is right at the very, very, very end. But getting there, like after a certain point, I was like, don't give me another travel scene. Holy moly, that feels like a monster to have accomplished this week. But we still have one more. This will be the focus for the remainder of the vlog, and I'm actually very much looking forward to this, because this is going to feel like such a brain break, and that might sound so crazy, but like honestly, I need fast, fun, Kindle Unlimited writing. I'm on chapter 8. I'm on a Darius chapter, which is such a good place to come back into this story. Darius has turned into one of my favorite characters, which is crazy, but I'm so mad at Tori right now that I'm like going to the complete opposite, and I'm like, you're my favorite. And now that we're past the very repetitious beginning of this book, I think we're gonna really start to get into the juiciness. As much as I would love to be here to crash out about how it's so difficult to find a cool toned lip liner and lippy at any store ever. And you know what, while we're at it, I want to crash out about loud vehicles. Like, honestly, just why? I'm here to crash out instead about how I haven't read any of this book, and it's been days. It's been like 2 days since we finished Empire of the Dawn, and I haven't read a damn singular page of this. I have read another book for a different vlog. I finished The Everlasting today by Alex E. Harrow. The Everlasting was such a letdown for me, and the beginning of it was so rough, and the only way I got through that book was with the audio. And then this book, the beginning was also really, really rough for me because it was so repetitive. I just feel very discouraged. Like, I haven't wanted to read anything because I'm like, every book that I pick up right now, I'm bored. But today we're forcing ourselves to read this book. Okay, it's my lunch break. I'm setting my timer for 1 hour. That's probably hard to see. I'm setting my timer for an hour. We're gonna read. I'm gonna also put on like a Stardew Valley music ambient room because I feel like that's been the only thing that helps me focus and like lock in. Let's go. Okay, we're back at our desk. We did read for an hour. That was actually a great method to force myself to read. Highly recommend. I want to say, I think 55 pages. I think we started on page 105 and we read to page 160. The pages in this ebook do not line up perfectly with the physical book, which I also have, so we'll see where I actually am. I think that this book, I'm starting to enjoy it. I think that I got to a turning point where it's setting up, sort of, like I'm at the beginning. It's setting up where this book is gonna go. Oh my god, there's rain in the forecast. Friday is supposed to be a rainy day. Oh my god, 55 pages. We still have, what, like roughly 100 pages left to read for the day. But getting started is truly the hardest part. You know what they say about an object in motion stays in motion? Hopefully that applies to my reading.
Don't worry. You may have gotten distracted, but I also didn't know.
This is what I was hoping for! Oh my god, shut up, shut up, shut up. I've been talking so much shit about this book, and I think what I've been wanting to happen for a very long time is about to happen, and I'm so excited! Even though our page goal the other day was only 150 pages, I told myself I wasn't allowed to update you until I reached 50% in this book. And we've done it. Actually, we are, what chapter are we on? We're actually past 50%. I am mainly reading this on my Kindle, but I'm switching back and forth because I just want to see like where I'm at with the physical book. So I'm just finding my page. This is crazy holding this up like this because when I look at it like this, nothing looks scarier. I feel like I would have just been repeating myself if I had given an update any sooner. This is the Zodiac Academy book where I can understand when people are saying like the writing isn't good. I didn't feel that way about any other of the Zodiac books so far, but this one, I already told you about the beginning, definitely lost me a little bit. And it just feels like nothing's really happening in this. This book in particular feels extremely character driven. It's solely focused on the relationships between the characters and not much else is happening with the plot. Whereas the other books, there was stuff going on with the plot in addition to our characters like fighting each other and doing all of those things. I still hate Seth with my entire heart and soul. I can't tell if we're supposed to be liking him at this point because we get chapter POVs from like all of these different characters. Pretty much no character is off the table besides like Lionel. So I don't know if the Seth chapters are supposed to be endearing us more to him, but I hate him. I want him to leave the chat. If something bad happened to him, I wouldn't be upset about it. First it was Lance and Caleb that were like top tier for me, and then Darius was like slowly creeping up the ranks, and now honestly, as much as I still love Lance, I think that I like Darius like above all, which is crazy because I love Orion. Like I love Lance Orion so much. Also his dad used to call him Lance a lot, and I actually almost sob cried at that. I thought it was so freaking cute. So we're having a wonderful time again. I'm eating my words. Was I annoyed that they said fuck the stars 8 million times? Yeah, I was, because I was ready for something to happen. It felt like we were going through the same things over and over again, but now I feel like we are transitioning to a different place. The part that really got me in terms of like the bad writing was the rap battle in the cafeteria. I was like, is this High School Musical? What in the world is happening? I don't want this. Give me motorcycle races and hot guys battling for their love. have finished her. We have finished our third absolutely massive book of this vlog. This was my most disappointing of Zodiac so far. I did like the ending, but I just felt we had to go through so much day-to-day stuff that I didn't find as interesting this time around, and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the way this book started off for me, and then I definitely did have high points in the book that I enjoyed more than others, but I found myself skimming a lot of these chapters. I actually, once I got to 60% of the book, I had to go read the summary for book 7. I like didn't care about spoilers anymore at that point. I just needed the motivation to know, okay, where are we going with this? It felt like this, more than any other, we sort of lost the plot, or there wasn't that string of plot throughout the book. I really felt like the middle, from maybe 25% to 75%, was so meandering, and we always get a lot of day-to-day in these books of their, you know, Zodiac Academy college experience, and those parts can be really fun, but it has to have a point to it for me. Like, I like character-driven stories, but not without some guiding light throughout the whole book, you know what I mean? Ending of this was so tragic. Tragic in a good way. Like, I'm definitely invested in the plot. I'm really hoping that book 6 is more focused than what this one was, and I don't like that this book was, the physical copy, 924 pages. It felt like 60% of it was filler. It did have some stiff competition. Like, I always feel like when you read a new favorite book of all time, any book that follows it is going to struggle a little bit. 3 stars, but we read about 2,400 pages in this vlog. Some were absolute bangers. I will recommend over and over again until the end of time the Empire of the Vampire series if you are in a mental place to handle the emotional devastation that is J. Kristoff. I might take like a month break from Zodiac before I pick up the next book, but that has been 2,400 pages. Thank you for watching, friends. If you've made it this far, leave a little stack of books in the comments down below if you'd like to let me know that you were here. I'll catch you in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one very soon. Toodles!